There he is. What's up, little man? Hi,
I wanted to add a cough to the podcast.
my buddy. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Complete Game Podcast number 75. Wow, we're
We got a
getting
game
game
7.
seven. We got a game 7, and think, Garrick, I think we should stream it. I think we should do what we did last time. We'll watch the game and hang out, stream
Definitely.
tomorrow, right? It's tomorrow.
Yep. Monday night.
7:08 p.m. on Fox and FS1. Game 7. Then prior to World Series Game 7, I mean, it's fun. It's a whole different thing, man. Win or go home is a whole different ball game. Blue Jays got a big outing from Yesavage tonight. If that's the best you can do against Vladdy, you can't. You can't pitch to him. It was a 80-mile-an-hour hanger, middle. But when we watch tomorrow, I wish we had a telestrator. But you got to pitch him like his father. You have to. If you can't run the ball up in the mid-90s, you got to stay outside the zone. But you got to pitch him in corner to in off above the belt with the confidence that he's not going to walk. He's going to swing. He wants to swing. It's the playoffs. He has even more incentive to swing. But you have to be able to command that ball in about a 6 to 8-inch box on the inside corner of the plate to in off, or you just don't pitch to him because he's feeling it right now. And you said something about the spray chart. My guess is it's every pitch, every
I
type
was going
of
to say,
pitch.
he's hit 6 home runs this postseason off 5 different pitches, all across the middle of the plate, in and out.
Right.
I mean,
right.
yeah, like you're saying, you probably just shouldn't pitch to him. There's another guy in the lineup, too, I want to give a little credit to tonight, who this is not the first time in their playoff run. Ernie Clement has reached base safely in every at-bat. He has
a
an
double and
1100
triple
OPS.
tonight?
Yeah, in a big
Yeah.
spot. Was in on the Barger 2-run shot that kind of put the game out of Hope's reach. Yeah, you mentioned Yesavage had a great night tonight. The young
5
kid making his way
7 punch-outs, 2 runs.
all the way
for the
from
nailer.
single A at the beginning of the year to this moment now. That's got to be so cool for him. And then I wanted to ask you about Cal Raleigh. I mean, this was probably the worst game of his career. I mean, if not just because of the speculation and the magnifying glass on it, the worst game. It was the worst game fielding-wise for the Mariners all season. They had 3 errors. That was the season high for them, including the one that I think probably cost them was Cal Raleigh's throw behind third base. And it was in a company to a ground out into a double play with the bases loaded and 3 Ks for him, which, I mean, when you make 4 outs or 5 outs and 4 at-bats and make an error to give up 3 runs, ultimately, that's about as bad a night as you can have. And
yeah. So expect him to bounce back tomorrow. And
that was going to be my leadoff was, do I take Cal Raleigh props in Game 7?
I do, and if I'm pitching, I go into it knowing, hey, listen, you know what? He's hyper-focused tonight. Or he's going to overextend it. He's going to try and overdo it. And that first at bat, my first fastball down and away is got to be perfect in my mind because that's going to tell me everything I need to know. In the sense that if he knows me, he's going to be going out there hunting that pitch. He's going to try and crush it the other way. Or is he going to be patient and focused? So, well, yeah, they played their worst game in quite a while. And that, what I say, you can't give away extra outs in any game, much less October. And an inning's worth of error, an inning's worth of outs did them no favors. So, yeah, not much else. I mean, this just was, it was over early. They scored 4. It was 4-0 after 3, and it never.
Well, it was the bases loaded back to back, 3rd and 4th inning double plays that really that was it. I mean, they had a base runner in the 5th inning with 1 out, and they grounded into a double play to end that. So they had 3 straight innings where they ended the inning with a double play. So it was just all killing momentum on the road.
You give 3 extra outs away, and you give up 6 outs on 3 balls.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that.
And like I mentioned, like I don't want to dump on Cal Raleigh because I love him and he's been fun to watch this year, but this was the worst game of his season, if not his career.
Played a horrible game.
Indirectly led to 3 runs after that error, including the one that Vladdy scored on that error on, and then the double play I think he was the first to ground into a double play with the bases loaded. Just tough. I mean, that's
a long night, man.
Yeah.
That's a long, but the beauty of October baseball too is you have to have no memory because tomorrow none of tonight matters.
It's one game, right? I mean,
tomorrow none of tonight matters, right?
Yeah.
And except for if I'm the Mariners, I always believed in talking it out, and a lot of guys were like, "Oh, if you don't say, don't make them think about." Like, I got to have a little meeting tomorrow. Hey, listen, if we lose tonight, it will not be because Vladimir Guerrero homered. Right? We're gonna win. We're gonna pitch. We're gonna do all the things we need to do. But if we're in a situation, put him on. If you don't feel comfortable, put him on. Unless you have a pitcher out there who can make three or four pitches at most, because he's not going to take. He's going to be swinging tomorrow like he does. And you're going to have to, like I said, if you don't pound him in off the plate and you try to manipulate the ball around the strike zone to get outs, he's just not making outs right now. And, again, you had Jimenez earlier and tonight Barger, who homered.
Barger.
You have to pitch around Guerrero, but you can't let the bottom of the lineup beat you.
Yeah.
And
they've been good.
Right.
Barger and Ernie Clement have been phenomenal throughout this run.
Yeah, 4 for 7 tonight. 3 runs, 3 RBIs.
Barger with a 900 OPS and Clement with an 1100. I mean, Guerrero obviously gets all the shine deservedly,
but on a night when Springer goes 0 for 4,
he looked hurt, by the way. I don't know if you saw any of his at bats. He was hobbling out of the box every time, and on his last at bat, he almost fell over swinging. He's probably going to be not as much of a factor as they need him to be. And then obviously with Bichette missing. But the one question I did have to ask about this game before we just move on to the Game 7 as a whole tomorrow night is one thing Trey Yesavage had working for him that now has become a pattern in his good starts is his splitter, which we have a unique perspective here in talking to you. So I want to ask you, the Mariners were 1 for 10 tonight with 5 strikeouts on his split-fingered fastball. The one was Naylor's solo shot. Both of the bases loaded double plays came off the splitter. Was that always your wipeout pitch, or were you using it in situations like it seemed like they were using it tonight to try and get a ground ball?
Here's the thing to remember, and it kind of goes against all conventional thinking, but if I threw 5,000 splits in my career, I never threw one. I never attempted to throw one for a strike. A split is, and when I was.
Can I ask a clarifying question there then? So you never intended to throw one for a strike. Does that mean in the strike zone or one that was hittable? Because
no, in the strike zone.
Like I'm saying, Savage used it to his advantage tonight on the 2 that got hit, other than the home run, were for the 4 biggest outs of the entire game.
Here's the great thing about a split for the most part is it's when you have arm speed, which he has, it's almost never a bad pitch because it rarely hangs because of his arm angle is so over the top that his fastball and split travel in the same plane, and then one leaves in the other, but they look the same, and they're swinging at the arm for the most part. He's got really good arm action on it. He's that kind of guy. Like, he's a 300 punch out guy if he gets command of his fastball, but there's nothing. It's almost like a cheat pitch on good nights because it's unhittable, and I generally never. Like, if I hung a split, I usually got a strikeout because everybody was shocked. Because when you hang a split, it tends to pop out of your hand like a forkball.
Randy Arozarena struck out on one up here tonight, and he was like, "Are you
Yeah.
He knew that wasn't where it was supposed to be, and he knew if he made contact, it was going 190,000 feet.
Because you almost, as a pitcher, you almost kind of flinch when you throw it because it's like, oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's how I felt throwing changeups at 70 miles an hour. So in terms of Game 7 tomorrow, they showed this graphic at the end of the game. Game 7's in MLB history. Home team is 30-29, but the last eight, they've lost 7 of the last 8.
Which means absolutely unequivocally, without a doubt, means absolutely nothing.
But it is interesting.
Right, but if you're
especially with the best home team in baseball being the home team.
But if you're on either one of these teams, that means nothing.
Yeah, Game 7.
Nothing to
That's
do
why
with
you love Game 7. But it is, it'll be a stat they flash.
Who are we going to get from Toronto?
I don't know. They were talking about Scherzer and Gausman will be available in the pen, so that obviously they're not going to start. But I see Kirby listed for Seattle, but I have no idea as of now.
Yeah, so you could get so Seattle
Bieber
has a chance to get a 7-inning, 11 punch-out night out of their starter. Toronto doesn't, right? Toronto's hoping that Scherzer gets them 3 or 4 or whatever the number is, and then
Bieber could start, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
That's who I was thinking, because he started the 15th, right? Game 3.
Well, and Kirby's coming off. I mean, they knocked his dick around the other day, right? 3 homers in 4 innings, 8 runs.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
Guerrero was 3 for
yeah.
3 off him.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. I mean, he could start tomorrow. He could go 7 and punch out 11. I don't think that Toronto's even remotely considering that as they're not going to have 11 punch outs scoreless through 7 with multiple guys. And they may, but I don't see it.
I don't picture this being an under game. I don't know what the line is, 6.5, 7 yet, but
well, again,
I picture
think
there being some home runs tomorrow night.
So let me go out on a limb, and if I'm going to make a prediction, if the Mariners are going to go to the World Series, it's going to be because Kirby goes at least 7 tomorrow and gives up 2 or less. Otherwise, Blue Jays, Dodgers.
I picked Blue Jays in 6. I didn't get the Phillies right, but so
no, it'll be
like
interesting. That. It'll be interesting to see because
it's Game 7.
Yeah,
that's enough said.
And you gotta anytime you got a good big league pitcher, who gets his head knocked in a little bit and goes up against that same team a couple days later. I mean, I never, for the most part, didn't deal with that in October. I did, in that sense. But both times that I got hit around by the team, the 2 bad outings I ever had in October, I came back and got after it a little bit. And, but again, that goes back to my old, get off my lawn. I could command my fastball, and so I could make adjustments on pitches and locations.
Definitely depends on this guy's mentality too. Like if he's chomping at the bit for another crack at this team, or if he's like, fuck, I have to face Vladdy Jr. again.
I mean, and a guy that has that good Kirby stuff, I can't imagine he has a timid personality as a pitcher or he's worried. Maybe
but you know what I mean? It's so
absolutely.
Fresh.
Because I know guys that had great stuff who'd be going into this game going, man, I hope I don't blow it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is he able to recycle that out of his mind quickly enough in the last week?
Yeah. So, all right. Well, then we'll broadcast tomorrow. Yep, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be watching the game. So have the game up on your computer, and we'll sit around and shoot the shit for a Game 7. Win or go home.
All righty. Sounds good.
Hey guys, hit like, subscribe. We're over 1,000.
Thank you guys for the turnout yesterday for the episode. That was awesome. Shohei, I mean, puts up numbers.
Yeah.
So.
No, that was fun. All right. Hi, Jax. How are you, buddy? All right. Yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, G.
See ya.
Love you, bud.
Love you too.